Hello UCI, my name is Chirag Mahesh Solanki and I am today going to present a customer segmentation assignment which is provided by UCI team for the hiring process of internship. And in this project I have used a clustering technique to group customer based on the credit card uses pattern. This analysis allows us to propose targeted marketing strategies for each customer segment, improving engagement and profitability. Step 1, the problem understanding and objective. The problem primary goal of this project was to segment customer based on the credit card behavior such as balance, purchase and payment. By identifying this segment, we can tailor marketing strategies that resonate with each group, ultimately increasing customer satisfaction and business value. Now, processing. Before data pre-processing, I have imported some important libraries like Pandas, NumPy, Seaborn, and Matplotlib as an visualization library, and sklearn, which is used as an inbuilt library where we use multiple classes to make an efficient ML model process. Now, after loading the dataset, I have performed some other steps to get an insights from the dataset like sample 6 where random 6 columns are present of the dataset. Shape represent the rows and the columns. Info present the data type, non-null count, and the columns present in the dataset. Here now is null dot sum represent the missing values in the dataset, and I have encountered that credit limit and minimum payments having a missing values. To overcome them, I have used a simple imputer method to handle the missing values with the help of mean because it's an numerical values. After that, I have also seen that is there any duplicate value present in the dataset. Then the insights come that there is no such values present in the dataset. I have applied value count to get a knowledge about the counts of a specific columns content a context present in a column context column contain a context with their count and data dot d types which represent the data type of the columns. Here the describe shows the summary of statistics of the dataset, and I have plotted a displot to get a distribution of credit limit which shows the method to use for detecting outlier. There are three methods to detect outlier: IQR, Z-score, and boundary method. Here the distribution is skewed, so I selected IQR method. Then there are two methods to handle the outlier: trimming and capping. Now coming to points, here are some box plot of different columns, and this is the IQR method where we perform upper limit, where we get an upper limit and lower limit. And this is the condition is trimming method which remove all the outliers from the dataset. This is the trimming method, and here we can see most of the outliers are removed. But to remove all the outliers, we used second and efficient technique, a capping method, where capping method not only it does not remove the outlier, it just squeeze them in the under the limit of upper limit and lower limit of that specific column. And here we can see uh, all the outliers are handled. And I have plotted a matplot. I have plotted a two graphs before handling outlier and after handling outlier with the dist plot and box plot. I am showing with the help of matplotlib library. Here we can see this is the before handling outlier, and this is after handling outlier. The graph where we can see that this is because of capping method. Here we can see that the outlier are squeezed them, and the data points which were outside the range, they are squeezed inside the limit of the feature. Now I have applied a feature scaling. In that feature scaling, there are two methods: standardizations and normalizations. I have applied standardization because in normalizations, the person or the developer always get knowledge about the or each column has a min max, a maximum and minimum of that column, and here we don't have. So standard scaler is the best method to feature scaling. And I have applied a feature scaling with the help of fit transform, and again to make it in a data frame I have applied a data frame. Now coming to the exploratory data analysis, where I have applied I plotted a heat map which provide a correlation between the each feature within the each independent features. Here we can see, and I have plotted a bar plot, or we can not a bar plot, here is histogram plot of balance purchase, credit limit and payment, and this is the balance versus purchase plot of a scatter plot, and this is one of the pair plot which shows a like a heat map. It also correlated with each features, and here we can see a balance with the balance graph shown by the histogram, and each other features which is balanced with the purchase and balance which other features are related with are shown in the relation of scatter plot. And with the help of pair plot we can also understand the ML model, which ML model will be suited best. And this is a joint plot. And coming to now model building, here I have applied a two method of clustering, k-means and dbscan. Now I would like to say that I have applied two times k-mean clustering to show the difference between before applying PCA and after applying PCA. PCA is a principal component analysis used for dimensity reductions. Here I have applied a k-mean clustering fit predict, and I plotted a clustering graph with the help of scatter plot showing that cluster before PCA. Here we can see here we are not able to understand about the data points which are very much misclassified with each other. Now after performing PCA, the dimensity reduction, here we can see that, and after applying PCA, after before first we have applied PCA, and after once again apply a k-mean clustering, and here we can see the clusters after PCA scatter plot. Here we can easily understand, and here are the all the data points are uh, all the data points are classified. Now coming to its evaluation metrics: Silhouette, Kelinsky, Arabas, and Davis Boldin. And I also in parallel I have performed a DB scan where I fit transform and get a predicted value of DB scan. Now I'm not answering this because I have applied a next in the later part where we can easily understand which algorithm, the k-means or DB scan, is the best for the data model. Now coming to k-mean clustering. Again, I have applied a k-mean clustering with the help of scatter plot, but this time, last time I have used a matplotlib, and this time I have used a seaborn, and to get the knowledge that what difference between the dbscan clustering and a K-mean clustering is there. So here we can easily see that the difference between both of them. And now a select score basically measure how well separated the clusters are and how well points fit into their cluster. Here higher is better, and we can see a DB scan score is higher, so it's a better for select score. And Kalinski's Harabas score is the measure the ratio of between cluster dispersion to within the cluster dispersion. Here higher is better, and we can see that K-mean is performing well in this. And Davis Baldwin score, which is one of the again an evaluation matrix which measure the average similarity ratio between lower is better. Here we can see 0.81 and 1.16. DBScan is also performing well now at this moment also. And to find the optimal number of cluster, WCSS within cluster sum of square and select score. There are two types of optimal number of cluster to get a how to get the knowledge about which what will be the number of cluster in the data points or the algorithm to apply it in the algorithm. And through this we can understand the elbow method, which shows which not able to understand, because there are some cases where we are not able to understand the elbow point where it shows the steepness of the graph. And here is the graph is an exceptional where we are not able to get the perfectly knowledge, or we can say we are unable to detect that the graph of the steepness at the moment of elbow point. But there, that's why I have used a silhouette score, which represent that another plot which shows that the uh, three cluster can be an optimal K. Now moving ahead, and I have applied a cluster profiling where we can see that all the cluster cluster of profiling with a mean which shows that the cluster 0, cluster 1 and cluster 2 the classes categorical between them. And to understand this, what is the represent for all these cluster 0, cluster 1 and cluster 2, I would like to explain the cluster 0 high value customer, where recommendation offering pre- premium service such as exclusive rewards program or concierge service, since this customer use cash advance frequently. Targeted promotions like low fee cash advance offer could be very effective. Cluster 1 represent a moderate value customer. For this segment, the goal is to incentivize more users through cashback offer and reward point on everyday purchase like grocery or dining. This customer may also benefit from the credit limit increasing to encourage higher spending. Cluster 2 frequent user, since this customer already pay off their balance in full and use credit responsibly, we suggest introducing installment payment and option for large purchases and increasing the loyalty reward to retain them as long-term customer. And in conclusion, this project provide a valuable insights into customer behavior and allow us to segment customer based on their credit card usage pattern. By understanding this segment, we can tailor marketing strategy that meet the need of each customer grouping and driving better engagement and business outcome.